down right. She did, which is fine. Hopefully somebody will jump on here. I have been out here 20 minutes or so. I just got set up. It's like 27, 28 degrees. No bites yet, but that doesn't mean we're not going to try. It is a little cold. And it is a little windy. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Harrison? Ooh, I hope y'all are staying warm wherever you're at. Wind's blowing right at me. Which is not what I wanted. But we're out here and we're fishing. We are bundled up. Between the wind and the size bait that I'm using not that long, pushing it right back towards the bank at me. Which is really not what I want. Good. I've never tried to make a cast with gloves on. Yeah. We're out here. Hopefully we can catch us a fish. I'm not too far below a dam. It's just right upriver. But it is cold. The water is cold. I do not expect these fish to be super active today by any stretch. toboggan that I thought was in my backpack, but it's not in there right now. I guess it's at the car. I hope it's at the car, but I'm not walking back to the car to get it. So I guess what we'll do is, since that wind's blowing kind of at us right in the face, we'll kind of let these big shiners swim around, and as it pushes it back towards us, once it gets too close, then I'll just reel up and I'll just cast back out. But yeah, happy Sunday to everyone. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday morning, or if you're in some other part of the world or somewhere else, I hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. I am in Tennessee. I don't know how you say that. Vadim. Yeah, Tennessee. This is the Real TN Fishing YouTube channel. We do the majority of our fishing here in Tennessee. This is, we're right outside of Chattanooga, so we're pretty close to the Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee. We're right at the bottom of Tennessee there, right where it kind of meets all three. right when we first got out here. And the wind picked up. I'm fishing with shiners that are about this big. I'm fishing with some large shiners. So realistically, I'm hoping there's a lot of smallmouth on this section of the river. There's some pretty good sized drum. I'm not really targeting anything in particular. Just fish. I'd like to catch a big, nice smallmouth. For something to grab one of these shiners, it's going to have to be pretty big. I'm not out here trying to catch a bunch of fish. I'm out here to try to catch a good fish today. But this wind's not cooperating. Silas, what's up, man? I hope you catch a bunch of fish, and I hope you catch a monster today, Jennifer. And I hope it's a little warmer where you're at than where I am. I try to stay as interactive as I can with y'all. This wind is not what I wanted it to be. So I'm constantly having to real and recast out there. So I'm not ignoring y'all. If y'all say something and I don't immediately see it, I will most definitely stay as interactive as I can, while also giving ourselves the best chance to catch a fish. Wind in my face. That's what I'm catching right now. They're not caught anything yet. We've only been out here about 30 minutes. But it is cold. It is windy. It may be 30 degrees by now, but I highly doubt it just because the sun's kind of peaked up over here to my left, over this way. You can kind of see there. But it's not warm by any stretch. Blowing, it's not the best. Mustard Force, what's up, my guy? I hope you're warmer than I am this morning. And I definitely would love, I'd rather be bowling right now than fishing. That is true. At least I'd be warm. We're gonna catch something today, though, guys. I can feel it. I don't know when. This is not a bad way to spend Sunday, especially after a super long work week. This is just the woes of wintertime fishing. I get asked a lot of times, is it worth fishing in the winter? Well, I do it just because I enjoy fishing. That's a decision you have to make all on your own. Down at some point. As y'all can see, I'm not using small bait by any stretch today. Like I said, we're going big or we're going home. I've got plenty of bait with me. And this guy he's about spent, so we'll throw him out to the fish. We'll get another one on here and we'll get back out here. Well, trying to get him to hold still there. So, yeah, he's pretty good size. Howdy, Ben. What's up, buddy? Hope you're staying warm wherever you are. We got kind of spoiled here in Tennessee over the past few weeks. There at the end of December, beginning of January, we were having some really mild days. We broke a record high one day, like 76. Did some fishing. We did pretty good. Caught a bunch of smallmouth, some spot bass, and largemouth. But man, this past week, winter has showed up in full force. It's been cold. The wind chill is what's so bad here this past week. The wind chill's been down in the teens and stuff some mornings, so. Slung him off. This is the Tennessee River, Charles. I'm right below the Chickamauga Dam. I'm about a half mile below Chickamauga Dam. So I guess technically this is considered Nickajack Lake. I guess, I don't know. I just consider it the Tennessee River. But yeah, like I said, I'm just right below the dam, so. Boy, my hands are cold. Deuce. Deuce. What county? Hamilton County. I'm right outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is technically considered Hickson, Tennessee, but it's kind of the stretch right in between Hamilton, between Hickson and Chattanooga. Downtown is just directly right down the river there, where the aquarium and all that good stuff is. Glove on when my hand was wet. Dang it. Yeah, that'll work. I need to invest in some fishing gloves. If anybody watching happens to know of a good fishing glove, these are redhead, these are hunting gloves, but you know of a good type of fishing glove, drop it down there in the chat below. Let me know, because I would definitely find something. It's just so hard to find anything nowadays because there's so many options, and what works for someone might not work for someone else, or someone might not like it, you know. Boy, wind. I'll give this about 2 hours, I guess. We're at 30 minutes on the stream here almost. We're at 27, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna sit out here. We're out here. I'm about a half mile from the car, so when I go to the car, I'm calling it a day. I'm not ready to call it just yet. So. We've Got plenty to drink. We're bundled up, we're layered up. We got our thermals on, 2 jackets. Wish I had my toboggan, because I wish I had my toboggan with me, but yeah. Sit in hopes that a big old Tennessee river monster comes swimming through. Besides, he wants a meal that I'm offering here. But like I said, as cold as it is, a lot of these fish are going to be really, really lethargic. They're going to be posted up, not doing a whole lot of moving. But if we can get a drum or a smallmouth or something pulled that bobber under. But it very well could have been the minnow. Isaac, what's up, man? And grabbed that other rod and reeled it in and casted it out of the way. Like I said, we're using these big, large shiners, so when we do get a bite, if it's a bass, it's going to barely pull it under. He's going to grab it, and then it'll take him 2 to 3 bites to get it all in his mouth. He's not going to just inhale it. It's going to be a slow pull under. What country is this? This is the United States, my guy. We are in Tennessee. Okay, about fell. I have a fish there. Okay, yeah, there's the chick side on the other side of the dam, Chickamauga Lake, and it is it's known for some really, really, really good bass fishing. They had a major league fishing event here. I don't remember how long ago it was. It wasn't too awfully long ago. Those guys were fishing the same exact stretch right through here, pulling out 5-6 pound smallies like it wasn't nothing. And Randy, what's up, man? What's biting? The cold right now. The wind. We had one bite. It may have been a bite, but like I said, I'm using big, large shiners. I'd almost consider some of them jumbo size. And they are on the large. They are on the large side. Yeah, but nothing yet. The wind's been the biggest factor this morning. It wasn't blowing when we first got here, about 40 minutes ago. But now it is. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some really, really hard freezes this week. I work first shift and I have to go out. I leave the house at about 4 a.m. So I go out about 3:15, 3:20 and start the car, let it warm up. Because we've had some really, really, really cold mornings this week. What's up, Caden? If it was raining here, if we had any kind of precipitation, it would be snow. That's for sure. I do enjoy a nice crisp night myself, but I prefer fall nights. These winter nights ain't no joke. Build a little fire pit behind me here, which wouldn't be a bad idea, but as windy as it is, it's cold, Mike. It's very cold. Let's see, let me pull down the top here. Let's see. Oh, let's see. What's the temp? Yeah, we're sitting at a steady. It's 30 degrees right now. But that wind's roaring, so that 30 feels more like 20. Put our old gloves back on here. Forgot my phone mount for my tripod. Got my GoPro mount for it, but we're just having to kind of prop it up it's up against my water bottle there. But yeah, well, we're out here. Like I said, we're gonna give it about. Man, I do need some heated gloves. There's a girl that I work with. Seen her the other morning, and I thought it was one of those heated jackets because it had a light right there. That's what she said they were. They were those heated gloves run off of thing. The little battery packs like you charge your phone with. Little power bank. Need me some heated gloves and a heated jacket. I've got cold gear on underneath all this. Well, it's not cold face is, just from the wind. If the wind would quit, it wouldn't be so bad. We can just get one fish out here today. It'd make it worth it. Still worth it because I'm fishing, but make it a lot more worth it if we was able to get a fish. But if not, I get to sit and chat with you guys, which is cool. Day of fishing is better than a good day at work. You're 100% right. It's peaceful out here and it's relaxing. Even if it is a little cool, there's no boat traffic. Well, I say that, there's a boat down the river, but I was up at the dam before I came here. I think that's the only boat I've seen out in the water. That is one of the perks of fishing in the wintertime, is that you don't necessarily have to worry about boat traffic. There's not near as many people out here. I know I think I'm cold on the bank here. I guarantee you, old boy on this bass boat, I guarantee you he's cold. I'm strictly catch and release, Randy. I don't keep any of the fish that I catch. I'm not a huge fan of the way fish taste. This is simply just sport and a means of relaxation and meditation for me. But there's plenty of guys that I know that they keep catfish and stuff. But we got a lot of signs here on the Tennessee River because of the nuclear power plants that are. You got Sequoia TVA, which is just upriver from the dam. And then you got Watts Bar on past it. And then if you go down, you've got Nickajack and Gunnersville. So there's signs that tell you to limit your fish intake to so many fish a month out of this body of water. That mixed with the fact that I just don't really eat fish, I let them all go. And like you said, the big fish, what a lot of people don't understand, I don't eat fish, but I know this. Those big blues and those big flatheads, when you get out of the range of eater size is like 3 to 3 to like 8, 9 pounds. You don't really want anything bigger than that. The big blues and stuff that I catch and the big flatheads that are 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, those fish are old. A big 30-pound 40-pound blue, he's probably 15, 20 years old. He's been out here for a long time. And one, he's a breeder, you know. That's what, you know, keeps the fish population going, is fish that size. But two, I've seen people that have kept fish that size to eat. Their meat is just dark, and it's tough, and it's brown. It's not what you want. There's a reason why eater-sized fish are, you know, little channel cats. You know, like I said, you want them in that 2 to 5 pound range. If I was going to eat any, I really wouldn't want anything bigger than that. But everybody fishes for different reasons. Yeah, there is. There's just a lot of contaminants in those fish all together when they get that big. As bad as I hate to say it, there's no telling what Tennessee Valley Authority really pumps into this water from those hydroelectric dams and those nuclear power plants. Catfish are bottom feeders. There's a reason why they'll eat anything you put in front of their face. You got to think of all the stuff from boats and people, you know, dumping stuff, the stuff that gets washed into the water from the rain and stuff. You know, there's no telling what those fish have ate, because they'll eat anything if they think it's a meal. Trying to mix it up when I reel in and cast into a different spot. Having a hard time, that wind's just washing my bait back to shore here. I've got a bigger rod that's in the car, but these are, one rod's not small by any stretch. It's a size 400 reel with 20-pound line on it. Nothing out of the river anymore. Yeah, I was with my grandfather. He said, you know, he grew up on the water up in Saudi Daisy, just upriver. And back then, you could keep keep and eat the fish out of these waters, but I don't know about now. It's just too much pollution and too much runoff, and now not only like the houses that are over on the other side of the river here, but all these factories and all these businesses that are on the water now. There's no telling what gets dumped in these waters. Like, I mean, just really. There you go. That's right. My wife loves fish, but it's usually what she gets if we go out to a restaurant. But you couldn't pay her to eat fish out of the Tennessee River. She knows that. It's not ideal at all. I said that about boat traffic, and that's 2 boats that have come through. Here comes another one. Not the only crazy person out here this morning. We will put a new shiner on this one though. We'll try to keep it fresh as possible. The way I'm running those shiners, in their mouth and out of the nostril, so they can still swim. They will eventually die. Just not very much. Like a lot of things were just a lot better when we were kids. The world in general just seemed like a better place. Man, you can see that water. The water was calm when I got there. So, we may not catch nothing today, but we came out here and we gave it our best try. We take our trash with us. There's too many people that come out here that don't take their trash with them. That kind of ruins it for the next people. man. Thank you, Charles. Thanks for tuning in, man. God bless, and I hope you have a good rest of the day, man. Stay warm out there, wherever you are. Struggling to keep my lines out far enough. The wind's blowing towards us, but the current's flowing out. Further, we're going to stand any chance of catching something. Back here. Just use a water bottle, I reckon. This way I can cast out and then it'll drift down, but I can get further out, kind of where I need to be. So what I'll do is the rod that's furthest left, once it gets all the way down, just reel it back in and then just throw it back out and just float and drift here. Fish at this depth that we're at right now. Maybe able to just tuck down behind these rocks here and get a little bit out of the wind. Yeah, we'll try this depth and then we'll when we reel in, we'll go a little deeper. Let's see if it makes a difference. This right here is the mouth of the creek that meets the river. Oh man. I appreciate every one of y'all that have tagged along this morning. I appreciate all the likes, comments. Trying. I'm out here trying. Hopefully I'll catch all the fish. can do cold weather. Doesn't bother me at all. Mix the wind in with it, that's when it becomes a problem. What's up, Brent? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're staying warm wherever you're at. It is not warm here. There's a good bit of current. My bobbers are moving fairly fast. Back over here to this opening. If that wind had died down, I'd just fish the mouth of this creek. Toes are cold. Oh. The only thing I got with me is those big old shiners. Some of them are bigger than others, which I'm fixing to rebait this other one. Let's see. I figured seen a lot of people catch a lot of drum along this stretch of river right below the dam. I figured we might run into a couple today, but I may not be fishing deep enough, truth be told, as cold as it is. Oh boy, that wind. Douche. But there's a lot of riffraff right here, rocks and stuff. There should be some fish holed up here. Fiddling. I'm fishing. And I'm shivering. I am cold. No, not yet, Lauren. We have not had much luck this morning. The wind has really picked up. It was nice and calm when we got here. Now, the wind's been blowing steady about 10-12 miles an hour, if I had to guess. Just gonna let the bell open for this one. I'm just gonna let the current take it. Get out there to a spot I can't cast to. I'm hoping we catch one. Just one. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. The wind will quit blowing. See, my nose is red there. Prefer calm water, but wind sometimes helps. It does sometimes. One of the best days I had last year was a really windy day, but it wasn't this cold. Late March, early April. Really good that day. Caught 20 bass that day, out wading about chest deep. Said, we've got the bait, so there's no reason to keep using them when they get a little on the slow moving side. There's another boat. About kicking the rod in the water. See, I mean they're pretty good size. They're not huge. What would you advise a beginner in fishing? Get out on the water, man, and keep it simple. You don't have to go out here and spend thousands of dollars on equipment. Start out with light, kind of like what I'm doing today. Just a basic open face, bobber, a weight, and a hook. Fish with worms, fish with minnows. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube. I do a lot of live bait fishing. But yeah, just keep it simple. You don't overcomplicate it. But the biggest thing is to just get out on the water and put time in. The more time you put in on the water, the more fish you're going to catch. The more you're going to learn. A really good person to watch on YouTube is Richard Gene, the fishing machine. I don't believe I am, bud. I don't really know why you'd say that, but I don't know what I could have said to make you think that, but anyway, Richard Gene, he's been on YouTube for a while, and he lives down in Alabama, just downriver here, and appreciate that, Adam. But yeah, anyway, Richard Gene, the fishing machine. Look him up on YouTube. I don't know the man. I'm not friends with him. I'm subscribed to him, but he's a good one to watch on a lot of beginner videos, and you can watch a lot of my other videos on live bait fishing, basic rod and reel setup with some live bait, man. Keep it simple, and then as you get better and you put more time in, then you can branch out and you can start trying other stuff. You can start out simple with rooster tails and spinner baits and stuff. Artificial lures, when you get into that don't require a lot of finesse, just a lot of throwing and retrieving. And yeah, put the time in. You will no longer be a beginner, and you will be catching fish in no time. Yeah, Richard Gene is that's a knowledgeable old guy right there. He knows his stuff, that's for sure. Bears or Rams? I'm gonna go Rams, but it's gonna be cold, and they are playing in Chicago. And the Bears have a good team. I've always liked Matthew Stafford, so I would go Rams, but that's actually a good question there, Randy. Now, obviously, this is from Facebook, so I'm on a page called Tennessee Bank Fishing Club, and it's moderated by a guy that's from up around, I think he's from around Knoxville, but there's people from all over the state, and there's guys that have been catching muskie or pike, I guess. I don't know if they're muskie or not, but up towards like the Ocoee and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. I see people post the pictures and say they caught them, but you know, people aren't going to tell you where they're at a lot of times, which I don't care to tell y'all where I am. But there's people that post pictures of them catching them out of the Tennessee River, and from what I've read online, there's some muskie in these waters, or pike or whatever. But I personally have never caught one. That's right. Fishing is just like anything. You want to get good at it, you got to put in the time, and you got to be prepared for a lot of days like today. Not necessarily the cold, but you're not going to catch fish every time you come out here. It's just part of it. That's all right. Let me grab some bait and I'll be right back, guys. All right. The biggest one I could find in the bucket. So I started to go to a pond today and fish, which realistically probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. I like my odds of the types of fish and the size of fish I can catch out of the river better than I can a pond, so. Whoosh. We'll see. It's a big, nice, lively guy there. And I probably could have fished at the dam today and probably could have done all right. Probably could have caught some fish. There's quite a few people there today. We're having some kind of race. 5K and a 10K. People out there in shorts and short sleeve shirts running this morning. More power to them. I enjoy the peace and quietness of being by myself when I'm out here on the water. The problem with fishing at a dam is there's going to be a lot of people that just come up and fish right next to you. It's not a big deal. Nothing saying you can't. I just prefer to be out here somewhere where I don't necessarily have to worry about someone getting in my way or me getting in someone else's way. I think the biggest thing too with fishing is don't set your expectations too high. Really focus on what the real reason why you're coming out here. Obviously, I come out here to catch fish, but there's a lot more to it than just that. I come out here for multiple reasons. And a lot of times, the fish are just a bonus. I caught a hybrid last year, Randy. It was my very first video I ever put on the channel. Lord, it wasn't that great of a video because I was kind of camera shy. And yes, it does bring inner peace. But I caught like a 17-pound hybrid way upriver while I was catfishing. And I've caught a couple 30 plus pound flatheads and blues in the dead middle of winter. Just because it's cold doesn't mean that these fish aren't going to bite. They may not bite as actively as they do in the summertime or the warm months, but fish are just like you or I. They still have to eat. Regardless of what time of year it is or how cold it is. Did really good in this spot a few months back, but it wasn't near this cold. Live bait does outfish with artificial. That's what I try to tell people. There's a bunch of charter services here in the Chattanooga area. There's one, the guy that I actually went to high school with. They're always putting double-digit bass in the boat. Now, granted, he's got front-facing sonar and all that good stuff. If you're into that, which I'm not, but what do they use when they go out there to catch these fish? Live bait. A lot of people hate on live bait, but you want to catch some big fish, you do it with live bait. Oh, that's cool. Well, those tuna can get pretty good size. I've never done any ocean fishing, but later this year I am taking a trip down to Florida. Hopefully I'll get to do a little then, but until then we'll fish the old Tennessee River here. Yeah, I try to make videos, you know, every so often where I use artificials just so. Oh wow, that's a man, holy cow, that's a big fish, Kevin. It's not that I can't use artificial. A lot of times I just want to come out here and sit and relax. I think that's why I like catfishing a lot too. Using cut bait, throw it out and wait. I'm having to reel and cast a little more than I normally would today just because of the wind, but I've got heavier duty equipment in the car that I'm not going to get it. Once I walk to the car, it's a wrap. Yeah, my wife's aunt, she's supposed to rent a big Airbnb somewhere down there later this year. She invited all of us down, so I'm looking forward to it. Maybe go down there and catch some tarpon, maybe a couple peacock bass, and then maybe get to do a little open water fishing out there in the ocean. Something would be totally new to me. But when I do, I'll make a video and share it with you guys. Never done a lot of fishing really anywhere other than here in Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, stuff like that. But who knows? If the old YouTube channel ever takes off, I get lucky enough to fish a lot more. I think it'd be cool to be able to go out west and fish, and up north. And I do go to Indiana every year and fish. I go up there and go smallmouth fishing. My wife's same aunt, they have a house on the river up there. Man, you talk about smallmouth heaven. Every cast, just about. I only get to fish one day a week now. And that's another reason I use live bait a lot. I want to give myself the greatest chance to catch fish. And in my opinion, that's with live bait. I feel that, Adam. It was 30 the last time I checked, and that wind's just a ripping and a roaring today. So I'd say it probably feels in the low 20s out here. If the wind would just die down. Yeah, my little one, he just turned 2, so a lot of my time is spent with him, and that's a-okay with me. Because family, the Lord, really the Lord, my family, and fishing, those are about my 3 most important things in life, and I make sure I take care of the family before anything else. Yeah, I know up there in Indiana, I've caught some monster walleye. I caught a bunch of really good sized smallies. I love it up there. Yeah, they're only little for so long, you know. He won't be little forever. They say you'll miss it when they're not that little anymore. So I try my very best to enjoy and savor even the days that are rough and trying with him. But hopefully one day he'll be out here with me and I'll have a fishing buddy for life. Got one fishing buddy, my buddy Will. We don't get to go as much as we used to. I think you just got to realize a lot of things in life are just temporary. Said kids won't be little forever, and you can get back to doing things you want and like more. But yeah, he comes first above everything else in my life. As much as I'd love to be out here every day, right now I'd rather spend as much time as I can with him. And a cloud one in the sky. Give this another 30 minutes or so, y'all, and I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna head to my in-laws and get the little one. He went to church with them this morning, so I figured we'd catch one today, but today not. If we don't, that's all right. Always next week. Warmer weather isn't too far off. A couple more months, we'll be back in prime fishing weather. Oh, my feet are cold. Depth is dropping. You mean, well, I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, Randy. Yeah, I did not expect the wind to be like this today, y'all. There's another boat. Probably one of the ones that ran upriver earlier. Something pulled that under. That's what I get. Dang it. I'm just gonna hold on to this rod. That bobber was completely under and I just missed it.
Boom, it's a big old smallmouth, y'all. All right, let me get my gloves off here, y'all. Nail down in a rock here. I'm in the process of shooting a live stream, y'all. Bobber got pulled under. Man, that right there makes it all worth it. It's a good size too. All right. Man, we've been out here all morning. We are happy to see that guy. I'm gonna actually weigh this guy right quick. Give me just a second, y'all. Instead of shooting a live stream, because I'm not having a problem. Let's get a weight on him. He's probably a good 2 pounds. Yes. I like to think that's the same fish, because I just threw that right back out there in that same spot. He weighs 1.7 pounds. It's a good sized smallmouth though. He's pretty. Boy, are we glad to see him. It paid off, y'all. Need to get this guy back in the water. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm gonna snap a quick pic with this guy and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back, I think. I don't know if y'all can hear me. It says the live stream's still going. Hey, I'm back. All right. And that is a really cool fact right there. I did not know that. I believe it though. Yes. Boy, I'm cold. That paid off. I threw right back out there in that same spot and that bobber went. He wasn't messing around. That's a pretty good sized smallmouth. He's almost 2 pounds. Well, got about 30 minutes left. Let's get back out here. Ooh, my hands are cold. Right there made it worth it, y'all. This is actually the rod I changed depth on. We had a good hook set on him though. Live bait for the win. Like I said, we've been out here. We've been out here for a while. Coming up on almost 2 hours. Like I said, we're shooting a little live stream there. But yeah, 2 out. And I missed it. I looked away. When I looked back, my bobber was completely under. So I reeled in and I threw right back out in the same spot. I like to think it was the same fish. To show y'all what we've been doing. Been casting out and then letting the current come back down because the wind is just absolutely beating us in the face. So yeah, we're going to do the same thing. We may not catch another one, but if we don't, come out here and catch the smallmouth. That's what we did. We caught one. Sit back and see if we can't get another one.
Right, y'all. I am so thankful I got one, Jake. Like I said, the bobber's right here in front of us. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it got right there. And when I looked away, it was gone the first time. So I reeled in and threw back, and it drifted right back to about that same spot, and we were able to get him. I like to think it was, I like to think it was the same fish. It very well may not have been. It could have been something totally different, but made it all worth it. Yeah, it's a pretty good little walk to this spot. That's like I said, I've got heavier duty rods in the car, but I don't want to walk in and walk back. So, man, a little cold, a little tired, but man, we got that smallie. The Lord blessed us with one fish. We made it count. We got him to us. Like I said, I'm having to reel and cast more than I'd like to today. That wind is just not cooperating. Favorite fish? I love a good smallmouth, man. I caught like a 5.5 pound smallie when I was in high school, and I've been chasing one that size ever since. I like catfish too, don't get me wrong. I like all kinds of bass, but favorite fish, smallmouth. I'd like to catch a pike or a big muskie. Maybe one day I will. So there's actually, I live in a place called Saudi Daisy, and it's actually right by the water. It's some places right off of the main river, off of the Chickamauga side of the dam. But there's a place called Big Saudi Gulf that they've actually been stocking trout in the past few years, I guess. And, me and the little one, we made a trip up there. I think it'd been last week actually. There's a hiking like I wouldn't call it a hiking trail. I'd call it like a walking path through the woods. But the TWRA has kind of turned that into a trout hatchery. And there's quite a few of them up there. I fished up there once for them, but didn't have any luck. But I may give it a whirl in the next week or two, depending on if it's going to continue to be this cold. So yeah, I got a 3.5 pounder 2 weeks ago, when it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, when it was like the end of December, when it was in the 70s here. I caught a 3.5 pounder, and I caught a 2.5 pounder. I caught 3 right before the sun went down on Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I went back and I caught that 2.5 pounder. So I'm chasing them trophy smallies. I've caught plenty of largemouths that have been 7, 8, 9 pounds. Caught one 10-pounder, but there's just something about, man, the smallmouth that's 3+ pounds. They just fight, man. Pound for pound, they fight harder than just about any fish. I don't know, person that was asking about tips for beginners. A $50 rod and reel combo right here. Some live bait. Now, granted, we've not caught a bunch of fish today. We've only caught that one. So it doesn't have to be nothing crazy or super expensive. Not to say that I don't have expensive rod and reel combos. I 100% do. One I use more than any, a little Lose from Walmart here. One good thing I like about fishing the river more than I do anywhere else. What I mean by that is all these rocks. And the water's actually up right now. But fish constantly move up and down through here. So you can sit in the same spot. Don't necessarily have to move, not in my opinion. And a lot of times that's one of the best tips I can give somebody is if you're not catching fish, just go ahead and move spots. But if you're fishing in a body of water such as a river system like this, it's constantly changing because there's always flow. So you can sit in the same spot, fish, still have a decent chance of catching something. Way down that pile on that cast. Still Still got this other one out right here behind me, but I'm not fishing super deep and it's kind of pushed back up to the bank. I'm just going to focus on just keeping one rod in my hand. Seeing what happens. I don't know exactly how well this live stream is. I'm glad I've got to talk to you. Now they called me racist stuff. I don't know what I could have said. He said he was joking. Come out here to show y'all what real fishing's like. It's not always like what you see on all these videos and stuff. Not to say that I don't catch some. I 100% do. I catch some really nice ones from time to time. But a lot of times it's days like today. Aspect of fishing. Even when I go out on a boat, the process of getting a boat from my buddy, there's no electronics of any kind on it. I don't check the weather. I say I don't check the weather. I'll check to see if it's going to rain. Even if it's going to rain in the summertime, I still go fishing. I don't check the water depth, water temp. I don't care what the barometric pressure is. I don't care how much water TDA's spilling. Come out here to fish. Come out here to relax. Even though I'm cold, and it is windy as all get out. Is that a killer morning? About 10 more minutes. We're at an hour and 49 minutes. It's a 2-hour live stream. I'm going to call it a day. We may catch another one. We may not. white capping out there from the wind. I'm sure y'all can see it right here. There's some guys, that's what they've been using up at the dam. They've got some big old smallmouth. It wasn't so windy, I wouldn't mind trying to throw some, but it's just it's strong out here today. Got 5 minutes left. Let's see if we can get one. Ohio. He's been using his bucktails. Whew. All right, guys. That's 2 hours. We caught one fish. But man, it was worth it. It's worth it to me. I appreciate y'all tagging along. We'll do this again next week. We may shoot another live stream. I don't know. I don't know how well this one did. I feel like it did pretty well. But all of y'all that tagged along, thanks for coming with me, man. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a great upcoming week. Most importantly, stay warm. And yeah, that's what's up, Noah. Nothing better than getting a new setup. I hope you catch a lot of fish with it. I'm going to slowly start packing up. I am cold.